I fake my happiness. But I do it out of love for those around me, and out of hate for what I'm going through. It's about your brain never really being able to slow down and process rational thoughts. Have you ever had a night terror? Have you ever been approached and have your proximity violated? Have you ever felt attacked and helpless? Have you ever felt that the line between reality and your thoughts is paper thin? Have you ever cared about something so much that it actually stops you from attaining it? It's ironic, isn't it? It's about anticipation in its most disabling form, using past failures to affect present mindset and thinking the worst of future outcomes. Believing the negative scenario and repeating it over and over and over, generating it from inside. It's an internal process, but it can also be an external process when you throw in the physical part of this whole ordeal. As your mind goes to war, battling over the darkness and rationality, what's right, what's wrong, your inability to distinguish between the two. That manifests itself in the real world. It starts to take life through you, from you. In comes the chaos, the shivers, the hives, insomnia, cold sweats, vomiting, malnutrition. And so you wait for it to pass, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. You see what you just felt there? Multiply that by whatever amount of time it takes for you to become the worst version of yourself and have to deal with it and watch others react to it. Then in comes the hypersensitivity, bringing to light and amplifying all your flaws, all your drawbacks, all the reasons to apologize to others around you for not being yourself. But in reality, that's exactly who you're being. And you're waging a war with yourself, by yourself, for yourself. Speaking of others around you, it's about the art of deception, deceiving those around you. And yes, it's an art because it requires storytelling and creativity and fabricating a reality so that the impact on the people you love is minimal. And you throw yourself in the way to protect them from seeing the worst side of you. Then they hit you with it. It's all in your head, all in your head. It's all in your head. I wish it were that simple. Maybe it's all in my hands. Maybe it's all in my tired eyes. Maybe it's all in my stomach that can't take the nausea and the vomiting and the cramps. Maybe it's all in my life where I become socially awkward, far removed from a personality that you think you need to be or that you think you really are. Or maybe it's at work with your delayed progress and not meeting the standards that you set. It's not all in my head. Maybe all in the heads of those watching, witnessing, not understanding. Let me try to explain it to you in different terms. Anxiety begins with the fear of failure, and that fear leads to paralysis. And that paralysis leads to procrastination. And that procrastination leads to more anxiety, which leads to the fear of failure, and so on. I remember my first anxiety attack. I was in grade 10. I was doing terrible in my biology class, and finals were fast approaching. I went through everything I just described. It was all new to me. I panicked. And when I finally came face to face with a doctor, thinking that he can prescribe something easy, send me on my way, well, he did send me on my way. I remember he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, "You're just a good student. It's all in your head. You're gonna be fine." I smiled at him and I went back home. I failed miserably. The fear of failure gripped me so intensely, and it controlled every aspect of my life. It took over. It dominated my thoughts. It attacked my body. I couldn't believe that this was self-inflicting. This was not just in my head. And that's in a good student scenario. That's in the fear of failure in high school. Now take that and amplify it to the level of a wife or a husband or a child seeking approval from their parents, or an employee in the workplace. More people go through this than we think. And it's only those who have truly mastered the art of deception and manipulating the reality are the ones who fly under the radar, but they suffer alone. If you are, or someone you know, is battling demons alone, reach out, talk, but more importantly, listen, connect. They may be crying out for help in complete silence.